America, I'm upset. That's an understatement, right? Let's get into the pleasantries and I'm gonna get into what I gotta say, right? It's gonna be one of those episodes. I'm gonna let you know right now. This is off the rails, honey. I'm freestyling the hell out this episode, so bear with me. I'll try to edit as much as I can because I already know I'm gonna say some things and I'm probably gonna be like, maybe I don't need to put that out. Maybe I don't need to say that right now. But welcome to the Darren Green Show, your one-stop shop for celebrity gossip, news and music, pop culture, and the latest gab on social media. Be sure that if you are subscribed to the channel, girl, if you're not subscribed, girl, I'm messing up my whole intro. Girl, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, girl, what are we doing? Subscribe to that damn channel. And also to the audio listeners, hey, be sure to leave a rate and review. We love those. I said I wasn't sure if I was going to do a Thursday show. I was contemplating doing it. I had to work. Y'all already know what we're talking about. It's only one topic, right? The only thing that's social media and the internet is talking about right now is what the hell happened with this election. I really contemplated waiting to do this on Monday, but I want to just put this out there and be done with it and really not talk about it on the Monday show and just, whatever, because I feel like I don't want to say nothing out the way because I feel like I'm on that type time when the shit is hot. You get what I'm saying? You want to cool down a little bit so you can let your thoughts fester and stuff like that. But I'm like, nah, we're not doing that. Okay. I think also, and I think a lot of y'all could attest to this because obviously I know my listeners are in the working class. So I know finding out about this news at a very early time in the day. Okay, I think I found out around 3 o'clock in the morning and having to go into your job with a big smile on your face like nothing ever happened. Very unhinged, very, okay, here we go. So just sitting at that job for 8 hours and having to put on this act like everything is okay while in my mind, everything is on fire. You get what I'm saying? This is horrible. This is the worst. We're going to get into some things and I'm going to say some things that need to be said. And it just is what it is. And people are going to, you know me, girl. Read me in the comments, agree with me in the comments, curse me out in the comments. I don't care. Just comment. Okay. Because I really want to have this conversation with people. And it's just like, what the hell happened? Donald Trump wins the 2024 presidential election. Okay. We just have a lot of things to touch on, right? There's a lot of things that I want to touch on with this, down to the exit polls. We'll get into that in a little bit, to what the plan is for Project 2025. And it's very much alive, and it's not something that Trump does not know about. Let's be very clear. To the fact that he wants to, day one, have millions of illegal immigrants out of this country deported day one. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's deplorable. And I went live with my boy El Teddy, and I know he was talking on his spot, and he's live right now as I'm taping this. He had a lot of optimism, but I don't know. I feel like I and a lot of people in that chat saw what we saw. We saw all that red. Now, my thing is, I'm from Jersey. Jersey pissed me off. Let's start there. Jersey pissed me off. Why y'all, when I tell y'all, Jersey is always usually the first state to go blue. That's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 possibly. My damn state waited almost 11 to 12 to realize they were blue. Pennsylvania was pissing me off as well. They started off blue, then they ended off red. I'm like, what the hell going on over there? That's one of the swing states. Georgia ended up becoming red, which was not a surprise, but it was just like, damn, like I thought Atlanta was the black Mecca. Where was y'all at? Where was y'all at? Florida, we already know. Texas, we already know. I can go in on every little aspect of it all, but at the end of the day, this woman, she lost the popular vote and the electoral. Like, we can't even just say that, oh, she won the popular vote though. But no, like, this was literally, I'm not saying it was a landslide, but we was delving into them territories. It's a bit concerning. And as I thought about it, let me go back to this screen. As I thought about it even further, I started to look at the exit polls, and let's get into that, because look, here's the thing. There's a lot of people, a lot of creators on here saying, oh, there's no one to blame. We can't start pointing the fingers. I'm pointing fingers. Because let's be clear, when you look at this damn exit poll, okay, we already know white men, child. Okay, yeah, 39% blue. White women, 47%. 47%. Black men. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Black men were high, not as high as black women, of course, but they were high in black people in general. We did show up and show out. Now, it could have been a little bit more on the black side, the black male side. We can't save everybody, child. But primarily, I feel like the black demographic really showed up and showed out. What really pissed me off and what was starting to piss me off when I was on live with Teddy was the Latin polls, the Latin numbers. How the hell Latin men, 44%? 44%. And which brings me to what Trump wants to do day one. This man wants to literally launch the largest mass deportation, I guess, in history. He wants to do this day one. Man, if this inauguration, I ain't with the festivities, I'm going to kick y'all asses out. I just find it so funny that when you look at the exit polls and we see the numbers on that side, the Latin vote, where was y'all at? What was y'all doing? Like, that confused me. That really did confuse me, because I'm just like, you are literally voting your way into deportation. And for the people that's in the comments are saying, oh, obviously it's the people that are legal that are obviously voting red and stuff like that. And it's obviously they want, but even if that's the case, he's not going to stop at freaking, okay, you legal so you can stay. He's the whole birthright thing. It's not going to stop at just illegal immigrants. He's going to try to get all of y'all out of there. Find some type of loophole, find some type of way to take away someone's citizenship. And then what you going to do? And my thing is this, why would y'all as a people, as a race of people or ethnicity, whatever you want to call y'all, how y'all gonna put your own people down like that? That was mind-boggling. That was mind-boggling. Also, when we get into the white women poll, like y'all wasn't showing up and showing out. And it's funny too, because this one girl on TikTok says, I forgot her name, but she said that it's so crazy how white women went out and vote. They went out and vote for basically, something that they weren't able to do back in the day and something that people before them fought for them to vote. You voted against women's rights. You voted against women's rights. You used that privilege that you had that was given to you by your ancestors to take away women's rights. Black people. Because there was a lot of blacks that voted for Trump. There was a lot of black men especially, but there was some black women in there too, but mainly black men. You voted for a person that said that he wants to give police officers full immunity. He literally said this. It's no lies. Let's talk about Project 2025. That's just, I was looking at this list now. I think that this situation, and let me pause, before I get into this, I feel like this revelation is people saying, oh my God, this is 2016 all over again. It's not 2016. It's not 2016 because I feel like back when it was 2016, we thought that he was incompetent. This is before we knew anything of what Trump administration would look like. We knew that he was going to be incompetent and not really get the job done. Like, we knew that it was going to be some stuff. We thought it was he's going to be like another Bush or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Nobody expected him to run this country like he ran it into almost to oblivion. So it's the fact that we know exactly, the people that's on the smarter side of the conversation, we know exactly what a Trump administration is going to look like now. And the fact that not only did he become president, but the Republicans took over the House and the Senate and the Supreme Court. He will have full immunity. He will have the power to do anything. Nobody is going to stop him. Nobody's going to veto it. Like, I don't think y'all know the fact that, now it would have been one thing if Trump would have won and then we got the Senate. Okay, fine. All right, the Senate going to get him. But it's the fact that he got all that. He got all the powers. And this is how it's going to usher in Project 2025. I don't care how you dice it, how you slice it. I don't care if you want to call it something else or name it another name, but it is what it is. It's alive and well, and it's happening now. We could run down that list, Sonny. He wants to seize power with the federal government, implement a national backdoor ban on abortion. Of course, we know that he's not going to give the states, we're going to give the states the option to choose what they want to do. No, he's going to take it to federal to make it illegal in all states. Let's be very clear. Pack the Supreme Court with MAGA extremists and climate change protections and cut clean energy programs, reinstate crippling student debt payments, which I just started making my payments. I'm making my payments for my little school, whatever, this, that, and the third. I got it through the SAVE program, which was a really big aid, and I've been able to pay my stuff monthly because obviously I'm not working at a job where I'm able to really pay out what they were demanding in the beginning. The fact that he's just going to strip that away, it's going to call people are going to be in debt like out they ass. I know now the number I'm at is getting lower. But like for some people, yeah, there's people that took out over $100,000 in debt. They're just going to be paying that for the rest of their lives. And it's just, you're taking that away. Another thing that he's taking away or thing that he's doing is to replace the nonpartisan government employees with political appointed Trump loyalists. Okay. He wants to pardon the violent January 6th criminal insurrectionists, abolish the Department of Education. He literally said that recently. Repeal protections of the LGBTQ Americans. I don't know what that will look like. That's concerning. But since we're on the LGBTQ community, he's going to reinstate the Trump's transgender military ban and expel transgender service members, cut taxes from the ultra wealthy, increase taxes for the middle class families, cut Medicare and Social Security, estimate union and worker protections, expand Trump's Muslim ban, withdraw from the Paris Climate Change Agreement, and the independence of the Department of Justice and FBI. And the list goes freaking on. I could go all. Let's talk about the immigrants. Put immigrants in mass detention camps. Rip immigration children from the arms of them. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. And I feel like the fact that there's two main factors on why Kamala did not win and why people chose Trump or didn't choose to do anything at all. Racism. That's just always going to be a thing. Like, we had a problem with a black man in charge. How the hell we going to deal with a black woman in charge? I think the two main issues is race and also gender. They don't want to see a woman in charge. They don't want to see a woman take the highest position in the country. I will also say that Kamala didn't really have a long run. Like, it was in the span of 4 or 5 months, maybe 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she didn't have a long time to really do a full-fledged, like, she didn't have years this wasn't years in the making. Okay. This wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna get on this campaign. It was very quick for her. Very quick for her. And there was things that was rushed. And ultimately, and you know what they say about the vice president is never as popular as the current president. So I feel like she also wasn't as popular as a Donald Trump, of course. This was definitely popularity contest. It's definitely has nothing to do with him getting the job done, because we know Kamala would have did. Now, I have my opinions on both parties. I definitely feel like Kamala would have did a better job than Trump. Obviously, that's no brainer. I mean, anybody with a brain can understand that. I just think that Trump won because they love, I don't know. And I think it's so weird, going back to when we talked about the exit polls and how Latin Americans really weren't, and I don't want to just rag on y'all, but I'm going to have to rag on y'all, because where the hell was y'all at? It's really sad. And I think that before, I was going to go on here and just be like, man, if this, I'm not even doing all that, because I feel nothing. And honey, I'll just be preaching to the choir, honestly. But I don't think that this is over. I think that we can prevail. We just have to just wait and see. I said in the morning when I first got up, I made my little post on Facebook. I said, honey, we're in the end game. This is the end game. Him doing this mass deportations day one. Now, I don't know how true this is going to be. I don't know how he's going to actually be able to do this day one. But when he makes threats like that, I need y'all to believe him. I need y'all to not be like, oh, he's just shooting the shit. No. And this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. It's going to be more and more. And just as a person of color, a person that's also queer, like, I don't know what the future of this country is going to be for me. This is not like, I've spoke to people, friends of mine that are also going through the same, we got the same double minorities and stuff like that. And they're talking about they want to leave. They really want to leave the country now. I know I made jokes saying I'm going to move to Canada. I'll move here, but look, honey, girl, I found out you can apply to Canada online, honey. It's starting to really look like a reality because it's the simple fact that what else can you do? Took away women's reproductive rights when it came to the whole Roe v. Wade situation. You're talking about deporting people, the police immunity, the non-protection of the LGBTQ community, like other things, like the climate change. You want to take funding from that. The Department of Education. Because, because it's very intentional. It's very intentional what he's doing. Keep these kids stupid so they can grow up and think and be whatever you mold them to be, so that they will always stay in line. We see in the age gap, the exiting polls for age, like there's a lot of Gen Z and younger generations younger than mine that voted Trump. They were in the red. And that's concerning because usually younger people, 18 to 25, they typically vote blue. But we got streamers out there. What's his name? Aiden Ross and Andrew Tate and all them and all Sneeko, whoever the hell. They really groomed a generation. And there was also this conversation of, oh, you're not man enough if you vote for a woman for president. It's a lot of these mannerisms that really scared a lot of these people. These are young people, young adults. Their minds are still forming and they're very impressionable at those young ages. And I think that played a major part in the demise of Kamala not being the president. We got people like Charlemagne the God that's saying that, oh, he feels that Joe Biden should have stepped down sooner so they can give Kamala more time. I find that so funny that you're saying that. I'm not even going to play this clip because y'all are not going to flag my video. But basically, that's what he says. He says that Joe should have stepped down a long time ago. Now, that is true. Two things could be true at the same time. But at the same time, you were very critical of this administration. You were very critical. I was almost certain that y'all was going to put y'all endorsement for Trump. That's how much y'all were against this administration, and y'all spoke very negatively about this administration. And you have to understand the ramifications of that. Your listeners are going to listen to that and automatically be like, I feel like we just need to go to Trump then, because Trump seemed like the better option, according to you, until the last minute you got on CNN to say that Trump is a fascist. That's actually the first time you said that. I never heard Charlemagne say that until he got on CNN and was saying all that, popping his little poo with Anderson Cooper. No, it's a lot of factors into the reasoning on why things panned out how they panned out. I'm looking at people's reaction to it. Like, people are really, it was crazy. I'm not gonna go into detail on how my job, people in my job reacted. It was a lot of this. And then there was some people that kind of, I'm like, okay, I know not to really talk to you that much. I know you don't really care about my best interest. But I don't know. I think that at the end of the day, we got 4 more years. I don't know what's to come. I don't know. It's going to be a ride. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be a ride. But one thing I do know, and a lot of other creators said this as well, Black people, we stay strong. We withstand everything. And my thing is this, what they cannot say to us this time, because they did that with Hillary, is that we did not show up. We did show up. Or at least Black women showed up. Black women showed up and showed the fuck out. Black men too. But y'all wasn't as louder. We wasn't as louder. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that when you look at those exit polls, and I really mean go on CNN, it's all over. It's what is this? Yeah, no, NBC News. It's crazy. Yeah, they said the 18 to 44 by age. I say 51% was Democrat, 46% Republican. That's a big number though on the red side. Even though they primarily it's still dim, but I think it's concerning that we're seeing a lot of young people start to be more conservative. I don't know. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We're going to have to endure this person for 4 more years. I just pray that God I hope that we don't have no more no viruses coming. I don't need no more pandemics, because the way he handled that shit, and that's what really made me pissed about him, and was so happy that he did not win the second term, was how he treated that pandemic. And a whole lot could have been done better. But this is where we are. And this is what we have to, this is a realization. And I think that we should try to stay optimistic, even though I was looking at some of these posts and some of my mutuals saying, "Oh, we gotta keep the hope alive," and da 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 and all this other stuff. I wasn't ready to hear that in the beginning of the day. Like, I wasn't ready to hear that early in the morning. Like, I'm like, nah, I want this whole world to burn up. Okay, I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. But as you think about it, and as I was sitting in my solitude at my work, and even though I work client customer service, on those down times where I was just thinking to myself, I'm just like, oh my goodness, you have to keep it together. You have to get it together. Don't let this dictate your life. Try to find solace in these times. Be very careful. And if you're in a state that's red, try to see if you can move, honey, because it's, girl, if you in Texas, honey, girl, but some of these blue states, I don't know. I'm looking at my state weird now. It took y'all that long to get blue. It took y'all that long. It never did that in Jersey. And I think that's very appalling. That's very concerning. I'm not a person because I do believe in toxic positivity, but I also believe that we shouldn't have a defeatist attitude. We gonna do what we gonna do. Life moves on. Nothing is really gonna change drastically. Now, let me just knock on wood, child, because I don't want them to change drastically. But just know that there are other alternatives, and we just got to explore that. But I think I talked a little bit too much. It's 26 minutes, girl. I was going to give you like a full flash show, child. I was just going to shoot my little shit, say what I got to say, and get out of here. Tell me what y'all think about that in the comments. I really want to know where you guys at. I did do a poll earlier today. I didn't look at it before I did this, because I just came in and was like, I'm about to just start recording. But yeah, I just want to know what you guys think and how you guys are feeling, what y'all going through right now, all that stuff, all that and more. I'm going to eat and read a book, because I feel like after this whole day, like, I just wanted to just unwind and just escape. And don't let nobody make you feel bad because you want to escape reality for a little bit. For me, that's like watching, like, getting into some favorite content, whether that be a movie, a show, series, a book, playing Sims. You get what I'm saying? I need to not think about this right now. Because if I think about this right now, my head is going to explode. I'm going to literally pull my hair out. Focus on your peace. Your peace means everything. You get what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, just hold on tight. It's going to be a ride. It's going to be a ride. I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. It's going to be a ride. Shit is going to piss you off. Shit is going to piss you off. But keep on going. Keep on going, I would say. But anyway, see y'all later.